All right, everybody. Happy Monday. How's everybody doing today?
Good. Happy Monday.
All right, good. All right, so it's just us today. So I've muted everybody just to make the recording clean. But I want you to, if you have a question, hit *6 so I can hear you. I'm going to go through some basic market. Look, if I was selling real estate today, these are the things I'd be thinking of right now. Okay, everybody. The more people I talk to, the more agents I talk to, the more concern I hear and what's going on. And so I'm going to give you some things to think about. First off, this market is very similar to like 2018 and 19, I would say. Numbers are very similar to 2019 as far as transactions, as far as, active inventory. Interest rates are a little higher, but have nobody to blame but the Fed for that. So anyway, the Fed is raising them really quick. I don't agree with them, but they think that's the only tool they have, which I disagree with. But they're doing it, so get used to it because they're talking about raising it again. And you just have to educate your buyers, guys. Educate your buyers, and like right now, I would be educating them to do a seller-funded buy-down. You can do that. Talk to Prosperity. You guys I've had a bunch of Prosperity people on my podcast, plus my, Facebook Live. So there's a number of ways you can do it. Check with them with each buyer you're working with. There's never been a time, and especially in the last few years, more important. It's always important, but it's definitely important to get them pre-qualified. I have a pre-commitment letter already through underwriting, ready to go. And because as a buyer, there's a lot of advantages right now. All right. Yes, the rate is higher, but you're not competing against other people. You can have an appraisal, a home inspection. You can even get the seller to pitch in. And then you just wait. The rates are going to come down, guys. They're not going to stay like this forever. We'll see the 4s and 5s again, definitely at some point. The question is when. I don't know if we'll see the 3s again, but I never thought we'd see the 3s before. Never mind 2.75 and 2.9. That was just fantasy land, ridiculous. You'll probably never see that again. But I think we'll see maybe the high 3s, but the 4s and 5s for sure. All right. So, but you can pick a house. You can be in there. If you do a seller-funded buy-down, you can start your rate out at 5 something and then 6 something, and then, or you can just buy it down straight out. So there's a number of ways you can do it, and you can always refinance later on. Getting your house is important, and I know everybody hates when I say this, and I actually used to hate it too. But when I started the business, the rates were like 15, 16%. I didn't really start when they were 18 and 20, but it was right before I got in the business. You could get my first house. I got a 9.999999 1-year adjustable, and it adjusted for 3 years. So it went so just call it 10. It went to a 10, and then 11. And then 12, and then I didn't think it was 13 for life, but I refinanced. That's what you do. Everybody refinances. Just that you hate when you have to do it, but it's definitely something. And but you can at least get the property you want. Okay, so in today's world, what would I be thinking of? Okay, look, guys, talk is talk, action is action. That's why I wrote my little book there. Success is a verb. Success in the dictionary is a noun. I totally disagree. With the dictionary, I believe success is a verb, meaning that you do it every day. It's not a destination. I guess you could say it this way: act successfully, and successfully requires action. The old saying, the law of attraction. Well, the law of attraction doesn't kick into gear without the law of action first. Action equals attraction. All right, it's really that simple. All right, and some of the mind. Stop talking yourself into less. I guess another way of saying that is stop settling. Why would you settle? Well, the market's not as good. Doesn't matter. I had some of my best years when the market was down. I had one of my best years. I had better years after, but historically in my career, 1992, 93, the market was down. It was just after a crash like 2007 and 8, and I had like 3 years in a row that were the best years I ever had, and then I started a team and things got a little different. So I did more transactions, but when you're talking about netting bottom line, those are some pretty good years for me, right? And, and the market was technically down, all right? You just got to figure out how to do it. There's always deals in every market. that people are looking to do something in, because it doesn't matter. Like people, I'm working with a buyer and they're really upset that they didn't buy a year and a half ago, and they should be, but you're going to continue to penalize yourself for making a mistake. There's no situation where renting is better. Renting is 100% interest. Renting never makes sense if you can buy. Unless you're living in your parents' basement for free, or in like a casita for free, or whatever, which most people aren't. Renting makes no sense whatsoever. You're not paying down a mortgage. You're not getting a tax benefit. You're not getting appreciation. You're getting nothing. You're paying, and rents aren't going down. People go, well, rents are going down. They're not going down. Don't believe the newspapers. You guys haven't noticed by now, there's only one party that lies more than the media, and not by much, is these political ads now that are out. My God, I can't even stand to watch them. It's terrible. All right? It's amazing how we do elections these days. So make sure you get out and vote too, by the way. All right, so action equals attraction. Make sure, look, I've been talking about your business plan forever. Make sure your business plan's done. All right? It's very simple, folks, okay? The reason I always talk about the same things is that very few people do them. I keep hoping that someone else will grab on. You should have your business plan done by now. Definitely by October 30th. Remember, I call it Rocktober for a reason. You got to be rocking the schedule from the month of October. So all of November and all of December, you're acting, walking, talking, being the person. The difference between, if you're not where you want to be transactionally in real estate, the difference between where you are and where you want to go is what you're doing on a daily basis. It's that simple. And what's on your mind, like I said, don't settle. Believe you can get there, act as if, and you will. It's not even up for argument. Okay? It really isn't. Right? And I learned that years ago by listening to everything by Wayne Dyer, everything by Deepak Chopra, obviously going to Mike Ferry. And, if you set a goal, okay, the universe will start helping you as long as you act in that direction. All right, that's Deepak Chopra. The process guarantees the outcome. Absolutely. But you got to decide what it is, and you got to decide what the steps are. You know what the steps are. And if you don't, join my coaching and let me help you be accountable. But all your managers are great too. Okay? Then here's one that almost nobody will do. But if you do, I guarantee you it'll make you better, faster. Track your numbers. We have a numbers guy. We have a numbers analyzer that you guys can use. Track your numbers. How many calls did you make? Contacts, appointments, leads. You're going on how many listing appointments? How many did you get? Batting average. This stuff is incredible. All businesses do this. We do this as a company. Okay. McDonald's, Subway, all Marriott corporate. Everybody keeps track of their numbers. Real estate agents don't, because you're like a cowboy out there slinging it, right? But if you actually did a little of that and kept track, it would just make you so much better. You play golf. There's a scorecard. You keep score. Everybody keeps their numbers. Everybody keeps, the old saying, winners keep score. It's absolutely true. It just makes you better. Like, when you go to the gym and you see the person carrying around the notepad, I've got mine burned into memory, so I know exactly what I've got to do. Usually those are the people that are just getting started, and they usually are the people that do very well. Look good, get better, right? I have mine in my phone. I know exactly what I'm doing every week for my workout. I got it down. All right, so do that. And then look at the next point I have here. 90-10, the 80-20 rule does not exist anymore. The old Pareto principle, 80% of the business is done by 20% of the agents. Today it's the 90-10 rule. I call it the rock star rule. 10% of agents are doing 90% of the business. Okay, look at MLS, you'll see that. It's absolutely a fact. All right, absolutely a fact. So if you're tracking what you're doing, if you're working on your mindset every day, don't accept less. Stop it. And you're tracking your numbers, okay? And you also understand that really life is about, the 90-10 rule. It's unfair, but life isn't fair. Now, I heard a talk by, what's his name? Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. And he said, stop waking up in the morning and telling everybody you're a victim. You're not. You live in the best country in the world. You have every opportunity available to you. I firmly believe that. You do. All right. And you just have to take advantage of it. Looking for a reason why you can't is not helpful. Looking for a reason why you can is completely helpful. So make a decision and then stick with it. Have a business plan. If you haven't done your business plan, that's plan number one. Get your business plan done. And then the business plan does the numbers first. I just at Sahara last week, we did this. It does the numbers first. Then it does the things I need to do to succeed. And then it has the schedule that goes along with it. Once you have the schedule, the daily schedule becomes your daily business plan. Okay? All right, next point. Start every day at 0 and make your bed when you get up. I don't know why that's helpful, but it really does. I know I do it. All right, starting off the day right. We're starting off the day right. And people go, well, when you're successful, it's very repetitious. Yeah, repetition is part of the game. As a matter of fact, it's required. You ever see a great golfer? They take the same, I was listening to Tiger Woods' schedule. He hits it's crazy what he does. Goes to the gym, hits 200 balls, and then plays 18 or 36 holes that day, and then goes back at the end, and the shots he didn't hit well, he goes and hits again. It's crazy. When he was in his prime. Now you have other guys doing that, right? I mean, it's crazy. If you want to be good, it requires massive repetition. You can't get out of it. So how do you fall in love with the process? That's the key. How do you fall in love with the process? I mean, it's easy to fall in love with the results, but you'll never get the results until you fall in love with the process. Okay, so repetition is part of the game. GOI, get over it. All right? And then I wrote down here, no soap opera, please. Stop getting emotionally attached to crap that distracts you from what you want. It's so easy to do, too. Social media. Social media can be completely helpful. It can also, suck up all your time. It's kind of like being an independent contractor. It's the best thing that happens to some of you. It's the worst thing that happens to some of you. It all depends on what you're doing with it. It gives you the opportunity. You are a walking, talking business. I saw an interview with Warren Buffett and Jay-Z. Imagine those two, Warren Buffett and Jay-Z. But Jay-Z said something. I've read everything about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's a very simple, disciplined approach to investing, which lets time and compound interest do a lot of the work for you. Good decisions, time, and compound interest, right? But Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man. And I thought, that's a great way to look at it. That's how you are in real estate. You're a walking, talking business with a pulse. And you're only getting paid if you're taking actions that cause you to get paid. And you're not if you don't. Very simple. All right. I would also say another point here is have massive customer service. Like you over-deliver, under-promise and over-deliver to every one of your clients every single day. Everybody. And then it's like prospecting because then they tell everybody. And then you follow up with them. Most people do not follow up after a closing with their clients because, they're embarrassed of the service that they gave while it was going on. I talk to all you guys. I know it. I've been guilty of that myself. All right, absolutely. All right, part of this game is taking risks. Like, I'm uncomfortable when I'm prospecting. So it's a lot more uncomfortable not making your car payment, trust me, or not making your mortgage payment, or settling for less, or not going on vacations. So it's a little uncomfortable. So it's working out, but it's really good for your body, really good for your mind. Okay? You need to become you should have a healthy routine every day, even if it's just going for a walk and eating right, listening to great audiobooks. Okay, really educational and keeps your head in the right place. Because if you're like me, your head will wander, your mind will wander, and it usually doesn't wander in the right direction. So you got to have a schedule for you got to think about what you're thinking about. I know it sounds crazy, but you do. What am I thinking about right now? Oh, this isn't good. Right? So you got You really got to focus on that, folks. Okay, now listen, I've gone through more than half the time here. Does anybody have a question? If you have a question, hit *6. It's pretty important stuff. We're setting up, finishing strong through this year and starting strong next year and having momentum like hopefully you've never had before. It's a great thing when you start January. You come in the first day of January, first business day, maybe you've taken a little time off for the holidays, whatever, and then you come in and you're like, I have a pipeline this year. This is awesome. That's the best place to be. Really is. Okay, so anybody have any questions for me? *6 and I can hear you. Questions? Everybody's got it all figured out. This is good. Now, when I have no questions, I assume that means everybody agrees with me and is going to do exactly what I just asked you to do. That's what my assumption is when I don't have any questions. Because if you didn't understand something, you'd ask a question. All right. So let's do a quick review again. All right. So success is a verb. In my little book, success is a verb. But the reason I say it like that is your success is totally contingent on your actions. So you might as well just call it that. Success is a verb. It is a verb. It's a noun in the dictionary, but that's the only place it's a noun. In your lifetime, it's a verb. It's got to be a verb. It has to be. All right, because you never get there. You got to keep moving forward. And then if you want to experience the law of attraction, you have to submit to the law of action. Action equals attraction. All right? Don't settle for less, and that all starts with your mindset. Well, my goal is a little tougher than I thought. I'm going to just, scale it back. Don't do that. Every one of you is being tested every single day. And some days, when your minutes, like if I have a goal for a year and I could be days away from getting into the pace I want to be in, but I can be experiencing rejection and resistance like I never have before. You got to have faith and keep going, and then you'll be shocked at what happens. Some of you have experienced that. I can guarantee you will never experience it if you stop. But if you keep going, even when you think, this is not working. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And if you keep going, you'll be shocked. Even a day later, things can drastically change to the better. Okay, now that we have our business plans done, because everyone on this call agreed with me by not asking a question about that, so I have my business plan done, and I know exactly what's on there, and I know exactly what I need to do. And if you don't, call me, call your managers, set an appointment, join my coaching. All you have to do to join my coaching is email my assistant, Lisa P. Lisa, L-I-S-A-P, at bhhsnv.com. Okay, Lisa P. at bhhsnv.com. Also, go to my YouTube channel. It's under my name, Rick, R-I-C-K, B-E-R-U-B-E. This podcast, and I just made my, I think they said 250th podcast a couple weeks ago. They sent me a nice congratulations on Podbean. So if you have an Android phone, it's on the Podbean, P-O-D-B-E-A-N, Podbean app. Download it. There's free audiobooks on there too, so I'd definitely download it. And if you have a Apple phone, then it's the podcast app, the purple one with the white microphone. And then you just type in my name in the search bar, either one, Rick Berube, B-E-R-U-B-E, and there it is. So it just gives you a place to go to listen to good stuff and, even watch videos on YouTube if you want to. So we already said the first one, because we said success is a verb. You have to be taking action every day. We also said don't settle. That's mostly a mindset. Don't give yourself wiggle room. Keep following. You have your business plan done, so everybody's going to track their numbers as well. Understand life today is really the 90-10 rule. 90% of the business is done by 10% of the agents. Okay? Stick with the plan that you set. Okay? Stick with the plan. Start every day at zero. I would also recommend making your bread. That's a mindset. Today I have no listings. I haven't created nothing new today. See, your days are really designed into two areas: creating new business and administrating the business you already have. That's your goal. That's your job. Okay, so you have to make sure that you wake up every day understanding that you're unemployed, you need to seek employment. It's a great way. If the whole country lived like this, we'd be a better place. Even though we're the best country in the world, we're the best government, we still have some crazies and some really areas we can work on. So like the Fed raising the rates as fast as they are, it's just ridiculous. Of course, because they're behind the eight ball, because when you pump 20% of the money ever created by mankind in the U.S. into the economy in 2 years, of course it's going to create inflation, right? They should have started raising the rates a long time ago, but they didn't. So now they're trying to catch up. Bad. All right. It's weird because it's not the only thing they could do, but that's what they think. So that's what they're doing. All right. So every day, start over. You're unemployed today. You need to seek employment. All right. Repetition is part of the game. Get over it. So how do you make it fun? Like if you play basketball, you shoot a lot of shots and you practice a lot. How do you make it fun? You can make it fun. Right? Hopefully you love what you do, so that's part of it. But even if you do love what you do, there's still a repetitious part of the game that you got to get over. No soap opera, please, meaning that keep too much emotion out of the business, all right? Because you can definitely seek it out. The election's going on right now. People get a little emotional. Everybody believes their person is the best. That's great, but that's your opinion, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And because they have a different opinion than yours, doesn't make them stupid. That's what makes this country great. Guys, look at democracy. Let me help you out with the definition of democracy. If you just think about like this from this word, democracy means everybody has a voice, right? Democracy, just because of that and majority rules, tells you that you're not going to get your way about half the time. That's it. And when the half of the time you don't get your way, tell yourself it's still working even when I'm not getting my way. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why it does work, because half the time you're not getting your way. Apparently, a lot of people have a hard time with that concept today, because it's either their way or you're stupid, dumb, and you should, be institutionalized. But that's not the way it is. All right, so let people have their own opinion. It's called normal. All right, you live in a democracy, a free society. So no soap opera. Don't get too emotional about it. Just go about your day. Do what you're supposed to be doing. Take the next step. Okay, which is, I would say that my next point is about customer service, but I also say just have respect for everyone too. Respect everyone. Everyone has a voice. Everyone has an opinion, and then you should allow them to do that. All right, and with your customer service, make sure you're just going way and above board. That's how you get new business. You can't call people and ask them for business if you didn't do a great job. So do a great job, even if it's a little bit out of the way. Sometimes you have these high maintenance clients too. It's okay. Real estate makes people emotional. They're spending a lot of money. Always remember that. And then when you have your schedule and you know what you're supposed to be doing, and if some of it makes you uncomfortable, good. It's supposed to. Take risks. Be courageous. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Whatever you want to use for one of your catchy phrases. I have a whole bunch of bounce around in my head all day when I don't feel like doing something. Okay? So there you go, folks. There is your recipe. If you finish every day this year that you're working with these thoughts in mind and follow your business plan, okay, and keep it simple. Remember, your business plan is your daily schedule. Keep it real simple and follow through. You will finish this year extremely strong, and you will start next year probably with more momentum than you ever have. All right, any questions? If you have a question, hit *6. I'll answer it to the best of my ability. *6. Okay, nobody has a question. So you guys, listen, have a great week. We will pick this up next week, same time. I've got Facebook Live tomorrow and Facebook Live on Thursday as well. So tune in if you can. All right, guys, you're the best. We'll pick this up. Yes, go ahead.
It's Sami.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Sami, what's happening?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Your podcast, what was it again? Is it Podbean, Podbean, as in Nancy?
Yes. Yep. BEAN. It's a free app in your phone, and I have the Apple phone, and I still have Podbean on my phone too, because when I listen to anything or want to go back and listen, that's where I listen, because there's also free audiobooks on there too.
Oh, okay. Great. Sounds good.
Podbean.
Podbean. Got it.
All right. Awesome. Well, thanks for asking a question.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.